Hi there, I'm Dr. Suzanne Bechtel, a passionate legal educator dedicated to making legal studies clear, practical, and even a little inspiring. On this channel, you'll find a growing collection of videos designed to help you prepare for the Certified Paralegal exam. It covers key topics, breaking down complex concepts, and offering study tips that actually stick. If you're looking for a deeper dive, check out my Teachable School, where I offer structured courses, interactive tools, and exclusive resources to support your journey towards certification. Watch this video to the end and you'll find a coupon code for a discount. Don't forget to subscribe and explore the playlists. Your success on the NALA CP exam starts here. Now, before we move on to the lecture, there are two important disclaimers. First of all, this is not considered legal advice. Everything shared here is designed to support your learning journey. Also, I am not a lawyer. This course is designed to help you understand the concepts of the exam. This is one of the last lectures in the series for bankruptcy and debtor-creditor law, and should be quick. I debated whether to do such a quick slideshow, but there are 15 slides, and I think it's a good kind of a recap. It sort of, I hope, will fit in like a little bit of a review of everything, so you can kind of be thinking of this from a bigger picture. I mean, not the whole tiny little pieces and parts. So let's see how it helps you. Let me know. So we'll look at the bankruptcy choices overall, eligibility issues overall, business versus non-business, and then we'll look at some business debtors choices and non-business debtors choices, and yeah, that'll be where we end up going. There, I fixed up that slide a little bit so it had its proper formatting. Okay, off we go. Back to the next slide. So overall, these are the choices of bankruptcy code. Now, we know we have a chapter 15 of the bankruptcy code, but it really isn't a form of bankruptcy. But we're going to do I have a final video that I'm preparing to do for the chapter 15, what it means. But we with 4 chapters that may be used. Chapter 7 is liquidation, 13 adjustment of debts, 11 reorganization, 12 adjustment of debts of a family farmer or family fisherman. And so not every debtor is eligible for every operative chapter, and some are eligible for more than one operative chapter and need to decide which is better or best. So 11 U.S.C. section 109 A through F defines who may be a debtor under each of the objective chapters of the bankruptcy code. Some chapters are available to almost all debtors, where others restrict eligibility to a very defined group. A bankruptcy is considered a business filing when the debts are primarily business debts, regardless of whether the debtor is operating a business when the bankruptcy petition was filed. When a business debtor is choosing from the options, there is a liquidation under Chapter 7, or reorganize under Chapter 11, or choosing to liquidate under Chapter 7 or liquidate under Chapter 11. So Chapter 11 has that flexibility. Choosing to reorganize under Chapter 11 or adjust debts under Chapter 12 or 13. So when the business debtor chooses liquidation under Chapter 7 or reorganizing under Chapter 11, they need to ask does the debtor truly want to continue the business? Can the debtor realistically reorganize? And with that question comes some sub-questions. Will the business be undercapitalized? Will the business run out of cash? Is this a business that can never be profitable? Does a debtor lack business acumen? Is the debtor capable of performing the duties of a debtor in possession? So I think really these questions are super important to mostly Chapter 11, because remember the strategy that goes into preparing a Chapter 11 plan, the connection that has to be made to creditors on the committee or equity holders committee, and and there's some pretty fancy things that end up getting done. So do realize that these are excellent questions. Choosing to liquidate under Chapter 7 or reorganize under Chapter 11. If the debtor chooses to try to reorganize under 11, it's expensive. This is the process that's cumbersome. I got a little ahead of myself on that last slide, so my apologies. Getting the plan approved and confirmed, going through the very many steps that go on for that plan is just a really big one. But it will discharge all the debts of a partnership or corporation except those that are repaid under the plan. Choosing to liquidate under Chapter 7 or under Chapter 11, again, we're going to touch that. Most businesses are eligible under both Chapters 7 and 11, and therefore could liquidate under Chapter 11. And Chapter 7 generally is used unless the debtor has a complex business. So it's possible to liquidate in Chapter 11 using a plan to determine how the proceeds are to be paid. And liquidation using Chapter 11 is advisable in complex businesses because it gives the debtor more flexibility on when assets will be liquidated. So now we're going to look at the contrast between choosing reorganization under 11 or adjusting debt under Chapter 12 or 13. So Chapter 11 commonly is used by businesses desiring to reorganize. Chapter 12 is available, but it's limited to family farmers or family fishermen. And Chapter 13 is a less expensive way to reorganize, and the debtor retains more control over the business. But it's limited to individuals, so businesses that are sole proprietorships. Non-business debtor choices. Choosing to liquidate under 7 or adjust under 12 or 13. Choosing to liquidate under 7 or reorganize under 11. Choosing to liquidate under 11. Choosing to reorganize under 11 or adjust debt under Chapter 13. So a lot of different questions come up. So choosing liquidation under 7 or adjusting debt under Chapters 12 or 13 is what this slide will cover. The choice will depend on whether filing Chapter 7 would be considered a presumed abuse. Chapter 7 is liquidation and does not require a repayment plan. 12 and 13 plans must be proposed in good faith, and the debtor must comply with the provisions of Chapter 12 or 13 plan to get a discharge. All right, and non-business again, choosing to liquidate under 7 or reorganize under 11. Chapter 11 is clearly more expensive than Chapter 7. The 11 process is cumbersome. We've already discussed that in this presentation and in that lecture on this very topic. Chapter 11 will take more time and requires a plan, and it must meet the best interests of the creditor's test. And Chapter 11, the debtor will be a DIP. Choosing to reorganize under Chapter 11 or adjust debt under Chapter 13. Chapter 11, although designed for business debtors, is available for non-business debtors. Chapter 13 is less expensive than Chapter 11. Chapter 11's plans vary in duration, while Chapter 13 plans last between 3 to 5 years. Next, reorganizing under Chapter 11 or adjusting debt under Chapter 13. Chapter 13 provides the debtor must live on a budget for the duration of a plan. And Chapter 13 retains more control over his or her property. And Chapter 13 allows a non-business debtor to restructure debt and retain possession of non-exempt property. I hope you got some good information from this video lecture. Don't forget that I have a Teachable school account. Here is the address for that, mayananda-s-school.teachable.com. The name of my school is Mayananda. And also, there's a coupon here for you to save some money. And finally, good luck on the exam. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.